Sparky Reacts. In this Reacts video, Sparky will be reacting to Five Nights at Freddy's 3 Smike Theories All Hidden. So, we need to skip this advert, and we'll get on to the reaction.
Hey, what is up guys, it's Smike here, and today I want to talk to you guys about the various secret messages that Scott left us for Five Nights at Freddy's 3. So I talked about these secret messages on various occasions, but I never actually put them all together and talked about them all at the same time, and I think that's very important because these messages, they obviously mean something, and so that's going to be the point of this video, is to figure out what do they all mean when we put them together, and yes, let's get right to it. So first of all, let me just lay out all of the secret messages that we know of so far that Scott left us. So first of all, there's obviously the ones that Scott hinted at on his official site, which are 30 years later and only one. And then there's the ones on the subreddit logo. First of all, the strange shadowy figure that, in my opinion, kind of looks like Shadow Bonnie, and also the message that says they're watching us. And then there are some very interesting ones on the subreddit banner, which are left, or it could be maybe I left or one left, I'm not sure. And then we have the secret message that says, "Time to go," hidden between the shadow of Toy Freddy and Freddy. Then we also have the little 3 hidden in the marionette's eye. And then finally we have "All Gone," hidden in Bonnie's sort of shadow. Alright, so to recap quickly, we have 30 years later, only one, a strange shadowy figure, they're watching us, something left, time to go, 3, and all gone. Alright, so here's my theory, guys. You tell me in the comment section below what you think, and if what I'm saying makes sense to you. So I think 30 years later means that the game actually happens 30 years before the fight of 87. Why? Because we know that there's actually 2 restaurants that were opened before the Five Nights 2 restaurants. And I know it says 30 years later and not 30 years before, but in my opinion it can also mean like that Five Nights at Freddy's 2 happened 30 years later after Five Nights at Freddy's 3, because the third game would be sort of like a prequel. So I guess in my opinion it makes sense that even though he says 30 years later, it would be 30 years before, technically. Right, so I think the game might happen in the restaurant where the 5 children got killed, and so the message "only one" might mean that you play as the last child, and that you are the only one left alive. And we all sort of assume that the killer killed the kids, like maybe with a knife or something, but we don't know for sure. I mean, maybe the killer just lured them into the back room and then left the room and locked the door, and maybe, just maybe, the killer knew that the animatronics would go into a killer frenzy at night, and so maybe he just left them there overnight. I mean, after all, think about it. The animatronics, what do they do to you when you die in the first and second game? They stuff you into a suit. So maybe come nighttime, the animatronics, they took the kids and they themselves stuff the kids into various suits. Is that possible? I think it might be, and that also explains the message of "they're watching us." Maybe the animatronics are watching them, looking at the kids in disapproval because not being in a suit is against the rules. And come to think of it, maybe I was wrong. Maybe the killer didn't lock them into the back room. Maybe he just locked them into the building and let them walk around to quote-unquote
"Don't glare at me, Freddy.
Even though they really don't have a chance. Why do I think that? Well, if you look at the whole map from the Save Them minigame, you will see that the kids' bodies are scattered all over the restaurant. And so, like I said before, maybe the killer gave them a chance to hide, to turn this whole situation into a cruel version of hide and seek. Because, you know, that's how serial killers operate sometimes. They turn the whole thing into a game. And maybe the shadowy figure isn't actually Toy Bonnie. Maybe it's the killer. So, yeah, tell me in the comment section below what you guys think of this theory. That's a great theory. Yeah, otherwise, guys, thanks for watching as usual. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel for more Five Nights at Freddy's videos.
Oh, I already have, Smike.
Next time. Peace.
So, if we react to that, well, that was an interesting theory. Well, I guess I should react right now. That was a very good theory, Smike. And if you ever watch this, that was a good theory. I really enjoy your videos. So, there you go. My first Reacts video. We'll upload it soon. And remember to like, comment, and I'll see you next time. Peace, my little pups.